Hello, I'm Cami Green, and welcome to After LUTV News Oscar Talk, where we will discuss who will win Best Motion Picture at the Academy Awards from the reporters from the University Press. It's award season and the Oscars are on deck. This is the first of two After LUTV News episodes dedicated to the Academy Awards. Let's get started. From a revenge sci flick to the controversy in selecting a new religious figurehead, this field for this year's Oscar is diverse. Not to mention, amongst the competition, there are two singing witches in a far-off place wanting to sweep away the big award. Panel, who's your pick to win the Oscar for Best Picture?
I honestly thought Dune Part 2 was really good choice, good contender for Best Picture at the Oscars. So Dune 2 basically follows Paul Atreides, or Timothy Chalamet, right after the events of Dune Part 1, of course, as he becomes the prophet for the Fremen, a group of indigenous people on this desert planet as they work to rebel against the oppressive government that's controlling them. And I thought it was really great. The story is really captivating. The cinematography is just amazing. It pulls you into the world. Just loved it a lot.
Really? The plot sounds really interesting. What about you guys?
I'm picking Nickel Boys. I thought it was a great movie that goes through the civil rights era. And it actually is shot in first person, so it makes you believe that you're actually in the shoes of a person. And it follows Elwood, who's played by Ethan Harris. And he goes to an all-boys home that's based off a real place in real life, obviously. But it's based off that. And he just goes through hardships there that are seen throughout the whole civil rights movement. It's a very touching and moving movie that I feel like would be perfect for this award.
Right, and you, Carolyn?
So I chose Wicked. I think the movie itself has just taken the whole world by storm. I think everybody's been talking about it, but that's not the only reason I think it should win. Of course, it was a great film. The cinematography was great. I loved the use of lots of pink and green. I feel like Wicked was really the trademark for pink and green this year. Like everyone was like, are you Elphaba or are you Galinda? And I just think that was such a good way to market the movie as well. But the movie's about, I'm sure a lot of people know the basic plot. It's the basically prologue of The Wizard of Oz. It's how the two witches became the Good Witch and the Wicked Witch of the West. So it's about their unlikely friendship that they spark at university and how Elphaba overcomes her own personal issues with her self-identity. So it has great themes of good versus evil, and then friendship, and then obviously finding yourself.
Right, and then Maddie, you also mentioned that there was some cinematography inside Dune Part 2. Like, is there any specific scenes that stuck out to you that, makes you believe this will win?
Yeah, I think there was I mostly just like the establishing shots that really set the tone. I think there was one establishing shot of Paul and Chani Zendaya's character, just looking upon the desert landscape. And I just thought, wow, what a pretty scene to look at. Even though we're just seeing them from behind, I just liked the way they're just looking upon the vast landscape. And I also just liked the I don't know. It's kind of hard to just sift through all the really good shots in there. I just every shot felt like it had a purpose, I guess.
Got you. And then you said that your story or your film had events that took place in real life. Was there any scene in particular that kind of struck home for you inside the movie?
Well, there was one that really hit me that it's wow, people had to go through that. So the boys' camp, it was technically all-inclusive, but they still separated by blacks and whites. And so there's scenes throughout where it shows the separation, how it's different, but one that really stuck out to me was they took Elwood, the main character, out to this shed. He had gotten in trouble for defending someone who was about to get beat up in a restroom, but they involved him in the conflict, so they took him out to get beat with a belt. And since it was in first person point of view, just being able to see the fear of Elwood while he's hearing the other people get beat before him, it was really touching. You could really feel his emotions in that scene.
Yeah, and I also feel a lot of people can, I don't want to say relate to it, but they can, kind of put themselves inside those shoes and kind of experience the moment. Were there any scenes that stuck out to you in Wicked?
So I feel like on social media, definitely the scene at the end where Elphaba sings the iconic Defying Gravity. Everyone's heard the song. Everyone's kind of seen that scene where she's flying on the broomstick. And I think that specific scene was just really powerful. And there's a reason why it went viral, I guess, and why a lot of people have been playing that song. It really, like I said, the theme of self-identity and being confident in yourself is a main theme of this movie. So I think it just really like set the tone for the movie. And it being at the end also was a good like way to wrap up the movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get that. And I know that you guys had 2 movies that you were discussing. What about the second movie?
Oh yeah, so the second movie I ended up choosing was The Substance. That particular film was a body horror film, which, oh my god, it was like horrifying, but like good horrifying. So it's about this celebrity named Elizabeth Sparkle. She just turns 50. She's like past her prime. She gets like fired from her like modeling / TV job for being too old, and she finds this black market drug called the Substance that kind of like when a snake sheds its skin and like forms its new body. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what happens to her. She forms like a new body, like a new person comes out of her, and she calls this new woman Sue. And basically how it works is like, you have to like sustain the old body while your consciousness is in the new, and then you switch every 7 days. So it's like she's Elizabeth and Sue, like one and the same. But they also kind of form separate identities because of the whole beauty standards in the industry whole thing. A lot of it, the movie tackles the themes of the fame industry and how toxic it can be, especially for women. And it was just, such a good movie. Very scary though. I'm kind of squeamish personally, so a lot of the scenes I had to like cover my eyes, like oh no, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Would you say like it was also like a take on like the beauty standards
Mm-hmm.
for women inside
Absolutely. Society even, yeah, absolutely.
Got you. And then what about your second movie, Aaron?
My second movie was Conclave, and it basically just follows the Pope and Catholicism and all that. And what I really liked about that movie is that the director, Edward Berger, was really not afraid to put in what he thought about Catholicism, and it may like strike people the wrong way, but it's clear he wasn't afraid to show what he really thought. And also the actors did a really good job at portraying the Pope and others in that movie. Like Stanley Tucci was great, and Ralph Fiennes was great too.
Got you. So, just like for a little bit of drama, Carolyn, what makes you think that Wicked is gonna win like over a movie like Dune?
Well, obviously, Dune was also a really big movie, and it had some great headliners. I mean, Timothée Chalamet is a big actor. But I just think, there's these serious movies with really dramatic themes. But overall, I think a movie that's fun and that can appeal to the masses, to children, to adults, to young adults, I think that's what's always going to win in the end. It appeals to the majority, and it's fun, and the music is catchy, and it being a musical really adds to, again, the fun aspect of it. So I think that's why it would win Best Picture.
Got you. Is there any like other debates that you guys want to talk, little?
Well, I think Wicked's only
about your
gonna.
movie.
If Wicked wins, I think it's only gonna be because of a TikTok trend, not because it's a good movie.
Ooh, and how does that make you feel?
I did mention that it's been trending, and I agree that's a reason that it should win, but it's not the reason it should win. I think Wicked it's been iconic for years. It's been a Broadway musical, and it's, had really big names, Kristen Chenoweth and I'm blanking. What's her name? The one who plays Elphaba in Broadway.
Oh, Cynthia.
Or
No,
on the
on
Broadway
Broadway?
one. Yeah.
Idina Menzel.
Yes, Idina Menzel. They're some of the most iconic Broadway actresses ever. And so for them, they even made a debut or a cameo in the movie. So there's just so much that happened in the movie that I think there's a reason that it's so popular, and there's a reason it was trending on TikTok, and that's not solely the reason though.
Thank you, panel, and thank you for tuning into After LUTV News Oscar Talk. The Oscars will air on Sunday, March 2nd at 6 p.m. on ABC and the ABC app. You can also stream the show on Hulu, YouTube, TV, and other platforms. You can read more of our thoughts about the Academy Awards in the latest version of the Lamar University Press on campus and online. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram for more LUTV News content. Be sure to look out for the next After LUTV News Oscar Talk on the LUTV News and Media Online platforms. See you next time.